if you look at it through, I don't know whether actually, James, first of all, you look at it through the spectrum of populism and whether that has an impact on stocks or whether it's just at the margins and so it doesn't actually make a difference.
I think something like Hungary is broadly at the margins. I think, is it a more sort of general phenomenon that we have to think about? So you think about Brexit, you think about what's going on in Italy, you think about Trump's election in the US. The rise of populism means that, the globalization trend, which has been so powerful for global markets over the last couple of decades, is something which is now being threatened. We talked about trade wars earlier. We talked about the UK leaving the European Union. Orban's thrown some grit into the EU as well. And then, obviously, if there's a five-star Northern League government in Italy, what does that mean? So for markets, what it does is it increases uncertainty. It reduces the pace at which we become more global, and those are all negatives. At the moment, most of this is at the margin. It doesn't really change your investment thesis. But the more it happens, the more unpredictable it becomes. Potentially the bigger risk premium you have to put on risk assets. OK,
I'll just hold that thought. I want to go back to the Hungarian story. Joining us from the Hungarian capital is Zoltan Simon. He's Bloomberg's Budapest bureau chief. Now, Zoltan, how unexpected was the size of Viktor Orban's victory?
Well, basically, the victory for Orban was in the cards, his third straight term. What was a real surprise was the margin of victory. He managed to win a supermajority in parliament for a third consecutive term. Not even the ruling party, Orban's Fidesz party, had expected this. They all but ruled out the chances that they could dominate in such a fashion.
What does it mean? I mean, what was he offering, right? And what do we expect Viktor Orban to do next?
Well, basically, his campaign was almost exclusively focused on his anti-immigration rhetoric. He had, warned Hungarians that Hungary faces the threat of mass immigration, mostly from Muslim immigrants, which he said would endanger security in this Eastern European country, which, by the way, does not have a significant Muslim community to speak of. But he really managed to sow fear among the electorate, and they really responded to this. What's expected next? I think it's more of Orban's power consolidation. So he will continue to crack down on civil society, probably. What remains of independent media, and there are some people who say that now with another supermajority, he may target the judiciary as well, which has remained largely independent.